Whoa. This is different. Good morning, Jamaica. Alright, so welcome to Switch Sunday, now live from Jamaica. If that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? So today, as you probably guessed from that intro bit, we're in Jamaica, and we're talking about the Nintendo Switch. But what's up with the Switch? What's up with the Switch? I had to tell you about it. Well, we're talking about Limited Run Games today. A game company that, well, I guess they don't make games, but they publish games. They publish mostly independent game titles in limited quantities. They're hard to find. I've only ever gotten one game from them. That was Night Trap for PS4, which was cool, but everything else I've ever wanted from them tended to sell out pretty quickly. So recently, Limited Run started publishing games for the Nintendo Switch, which is great. Ooh, it's windy out here. Hello. With that in mind, let's go over today the top 3 games I think Limited Run games should bring to the Switch. So number 1 is a game that I've talked about before briefly. I like RPGs. I don't like golf. I'm not very good at golf. I never particularly cared for golf. I'm not a very patient man. But I do love Golf Story. Golf Story is an RPG golf game. An RPG in the sense that, you know, you level up and whatnot, and there's a very deep story with a lot of characters that you'll just love. But this game has so much charm, so many great characters, so many fun mechanics as well. Like, the golf is really well done here. I felt like the actual gameplay itself was really fun. Now, Golf Story is an indie game made by an Australian dev team. I think this was this particular developer's first game. And you can't really tell. It seems like this was made by someone with a lot, and I mean a lot of experience. What I'm saying is Golf Story is fun. Golf Story is great. Golf Story is a game that me, as someone who does not enjoy golf, or that I, as someone who does not enjoy golf, excuse me as I bungle up the English language, quite enjoy. And I think you would too, especially if you're like me and prefer your games in a physical format. So, Limited Run Games should bring out Golf Story to the Nintendo Switch, especially since it's Switch exclusive. This is perfect. I know Limited Run has put out a few games for Switch already, but I don't know, I'm not familiar with any of these titles, and that makes me angry, because Limited Run should never publish any games except for the ones that I specifically want for it. Except, as we all know, that's stupid. So joining me today for today's episode of Switch Sundays, a buddy of mine, Rax the Great, who's going to tell you the game that he thinks most deserves a release from Limited Run Games.
Yo, what is up, James? Thanks for having me on this video. I am super excited about this collaboration, man. If you guys do not know me, I am Rax from the channel Rax the Great. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to head over, slap that subscribe button, hang out with me. All right, since we're talking about limited run games and games that we would like to see as a limited run release on the Nintendo Switch, I'm gonna have to go with Volgarr the Viking. If you've never heard of Volgarr the Viking, it is a spiritual successor to the game Rastan, which was an arcade game that released back in 1987 by Taito. In this game, basically you play as a hardcore barbarian, and you kind of go through each level, and you have a spear. You basically can throw this spear and like pretty much impale these like lizard demon things. I don't really know what they are, in all honesty. You kind of go through the levels and you pick up these different pieces of armor. So if you get like your helmet, a shield, you get an extra hit of damage. And not only that, but it actually makes you stronger as you go through these stages. Basically, you play as a super tough barbarian trying to set out and kill this crazy dragon that is just ravaging the world. So if I had to pick any game, it would have to be Volgarr the Viking. That game is just absolutely awesome. The music is awesome in the game. The level design is really cool. And honestly, I just really would like to have that game in a physical collection, because once these digital games go away, you're not going to be able to get them ever again. And honestly, that is a game that should be sticking around for quite a while. So back to you, James. Thank you again for having me on the channel, and I'll see you later, bro.
Thanks for joining me on this, buddy. So, what's number 3? Now, I said that Limited Run usually just publishes indie releases, or Night Trap. Really don't get the Night Trap thing, but it's cool. However, the next game I'm going to suggest is not an indie release, but it is digital only. Not Switch exclusive, but damn, it'd be great to have on the Switch. And it's a game that, until Super Mario Odyssey came out, was my game of the year for 2017. and that was Sonic Mania. Now, Sonic Mania, of course, it's a Sonic game. It had Sega behind it. It's not an indie game in any way, shape, or form. Though I guess it was pretty much put together by an indie team. You had Christian Whitehead and Stealth, people who were both part of either the Sonic ROM hacking communities or fan game communities. Sonic Mania is fantastic. I've done a review, I've talked about it numerous times, but just to recap why I love Sonic Mania. It's everything that Sonic 4 should be. It takes old levels, but makes them new again by adding in new mechanics or combining them with mechanics from other older Sonic levels. The new zones are fantastic. Press Garden has amazing music. You're probably hearing in the background right now. That's by T-Lopes, by the way. One of the most incredible music creators on YouTube, or in general, really. I love me some physical media, and I even bought the PS4 special edition of Sonic Mania, which, despite coming with a statue and a literal golden ring, did not come with a physical edition of the game. And if Sega's really skeptical about really putting out a mass physical release, which they really shouldn't, it's a Sonic game, even if the game sucked, which it doesn't, it's great, it'd sell like hotcakes. What I'm saying is, Limited Run would be the guys to do it. They would put out probably if Sega wanted to, they could even do a limited run of like 500 copies. And you bet I'd be up at 3 a.m. if I had to, just so I could get a copy. I think they should do it. I think Limited Run, if they haven't already, should approach Sega and be like, hey, do you want us to put out Sonic Mania? That'd be really cool. I'm just saying, I want Sonic Mania on the Switch. Limited Run might be the guys to do it. But perhaps you don't agree with that choice. Perhaps you want something else, like Tiny Barbarian DX. So let me know what games you want to come out by Limited Run Games for the Nintendo Switch down in the comment section below. And while you're at it, why not subscribe to Stuff We Play for more great content like this? And furthermore, if you really want to go the extra mile and you want to get special videos potentially earlier and perhaps with words like or ass, not bleeped out, actually I don't bleep out ass, but you get it, why don't you support us on Patreon? Every dollar counts, and yeah, it's much appreciated. So with that, without plugging myself further, thank you very much for watching. Stay classy, and I'll see you next time.